Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad to see you guys again. Now, I know you're expecting to hear about what this case is about right up front, but there's some things you just don't want to rush, if you know what I mean.
Go on here. You cold or anything? Stay right there. You want to handcuff it there or you leave it in the shackle?
Just put him on the table.
Really, my name is Investigator Wallace, and this is my partner, Investigator Martinez. We're with the Sheriff's Office. How are you doing today? Do you need water or anything? Are you okay for now? Are you okay? Do you need water?
No.
Okay, you're right. All right, so the reason I'm here today is because my partner and I just have to ask you a couple questions just to get your side. Obviously, it's important to get, your side just as well as, all the stuff that, we have. But I want to be able to hear you out and hear what you have to say if you'd be more than willing to talk to us. Before we do, a second.
Well, how long have you been in the military, man? Did you go to Paris Island? Yeah.
Right. So just before we have to talk to you, obviously you have rights and we want to respect that. So we just have to read this to you. You have the right to remain silent.
The rights are read, but Willie, he's taken that right to remain silent very seriously.
Do you understand what I've read to you? Okay. Like I said, I can't speak with you unless you sign this, so it's up to you if you would like to. So you're going to sign your name, print, and then sign right there. Are you right-handed, left-handed? Right-handed. A little closer. So this is just everything that I've read to you right here. Like I said, you're more than welcome at any time to withdraw from anything. But just so I can further, speak with you about, the situation, you can, give us your side. Other than that, I can't talk to you unless that's signed. So yours is just going to be the top line where it says name and signature.
We have a phone call.
So here we don't go have phone calls. Once you go over to the jail, they'll allow you to make phone calls.
You call your mama?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We can make that, facilitate that. It'll be on speakerphone, that way we can hear it. Okay. Have you had any contact since you've been arrested with her? Like when you were in Georgia that they let you use the phone?
It was in Alabama.
Oh, sorry. Alabama. But she's from Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's getting up the bus. You haven't had any contact with her. The reason I'm asking is I don't want her putting out a missing persons, thinking that there's a missing person on base because you haven't had any contact with her. And she's worried about you. And
They gave me a call at prison, the jail.
So you were able to call her there and speak with her?
For, I can't afford any minutes. I didn't have the car or anything to buy.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just want to make sure that you had some point of contact with her, just so she knows, obviously, where you're at. So, we just want to start
But the only thing I would like to talk about is y'all's report. I read the beginning of it. You guys said that I escaped the military base. I didn't escape the military, but the rest of the stuff y'all talk about on the report, I want to have a lawyer present while I talk about it. But this, I feel like I'm being like.
Well, if you're asking for a lawyer, I can't speak to you about it.
I'm not speaking for a lawyer right now. I'm saying for this, so I'd like to speak to you about a lawyer.
Okay, I have to clarify this. If you want a lawyer right now, we cannot speak with you any further, and me and him have to leave. Because if you're asking for an attorney, we can't talk about the case with you. If you would like to give us your side and to speak out on whatever you want to speak to us about, you can do that. But I just want to make that clear, like it was when I read you this. If you ask for a lawyer, we have to leave and we have to transport you back over there. But if you would like to tell us whatever you want to tell us, then that's something you can't have a lawyer for.
I want you to write this down. I didn't escape from the military base. I was going on leave.
Okay, I'm asking right now. So are you retaining a lawyer or are you not retaining a lawyer?
What does that mean?
Are you wanting to speak with the lawyer right now or are you not?
Not right now. Not at this moment.
Okay. All right, so what would you like me to know?
I want you to know.
Well, first off, sorry to cut you off with it. Tell me a little bit about yourself so we can understand who you are. Like I said, I think I started off by asking you, if you went to Paris Island. Okay. Was it your choice to join the military, or is it something that was one of the last options?
Sorry, sir, but in the most respectful way possible, I don't see how that's relevant.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how we got here. I served in the military as well, so I understand. Like I said, going from boot camp, is this your first school away from home? That's what I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, trying to figure out who Willie is. That's it. First time away from home, second time, I know you're very close with your mom. So are you the only child? I mean, I hate to think that the only Willie I know is the Willie that's in the papers and what they're putting in the news. See what I'm saying?
Is the news... Why did they decide to do that? No, I didn't escape from the military base. Was it national?
Oh, it's all over.
It's all over. Well, and that's why it's important. We're trying to get your side so let me tell you this. So whatever you tell me today, I have to put in the report. So that's why it's important while we're trying to talk to you is so that we can get your side on things. It's not like we're here, we want to harass you, we want to, make you look out to be this bad guy. We want to hear your side, something that we couldn't do before, obviously, because we couldn't talk to you. But now we want to give you the option to be able to give us your side. I mean, I think it's important. Don't you want to be heard? And, like you just said, it's all over the news, but it's a one-sided thing. So whatever you tell me today is what gets put in there.
I just want to say that my commanding officer said for the Christmas leave, we could start leaving on the 13th. I did not escape. I did not know I had a warrant out for my arrest. I didn't know any of that. I left on the 17th because I was allowed. I put in for leave. They said we could leave, start leaving on the 13th. I did not escape the military base. I had every right to leave the base.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I want to say. That's all I wanted.
So your leave started on the 13th or the 17th?
We were allowed to put in for leave at the 13th. It was the earliest you could leave.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And you wanted to get home as soon as possible?
If I wanted to get home as soon as possible, I would have left on the 13th.
But you had arrangements to fly out, didn't you? Did you have a plane ticket?
I did.
Okay.
But my ticket was on my phone. Couldn't even access that. You guys took my phone.
I got you.
Well, like I said, I understand, with everything going on, I think you have a pretty good idea, of what's going on. So I just want to be able to understand better, what happened because, that's something we have, everything that you've done from the 13th through the 17th. So, and that's something that you can also, if you see something that is a discrepancy, that's something that you can tell me too. Because like I said, I put whatever you tell me in the report. So if there's something that you feel is not right or something you feel is incorrect, you let me know. And
Because in national news, Willie, right now, everybody thinks that you're a child molester and you like child because that's what we found on your phone. So correct us if we're wrong.
Now I'd like to speak with a lawyer before then.
Okay. Well, we'll just go with what we have. You want to talk to your mom?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hi, Willie. Willie.
Yes. I'm on speakerphone with the detective.
Yeah, and this dude Willie, he's kind of sharp. He's like, "Hey, mom, the police are in the room." He's like, "I want an attorney." I mean, other than committing a crime, he's a pretty smart guy.
Okay, I'm here. They said to transfer you to Escambia County. I came here, but as for you, they say they still don't have you inside.
I don't know where I am right now.
that's sure.
You're at the sheriff's office.
I'm at the sheriff's office.
What sheriff's office? Escambia?
Yes.
I went to Lee County and they sent me to Escambia County.
Now, there's Escambia County, Alabama, and Escambia County, Florida.
Escambia County, Florida.
Oh, I had to go to Escambia County, Florida?
Yeah, tell her we're here in Pensacola.
Pensacola.
Oh, in Pensacola. Oh, okay, because I'm in Escambia County in Alabama.
It's in Florida.
But they gave me to me, Lee County gave me to me this address.
Should we talk to her, Will? Just so I can
That's fine.
clarify some of the questions you might have.
I'll talk to you later. Did you get a lawyer?
Huh?
Or
I'm trying to get a lawyer. Can I just talk to me? It's 2 minutes, really, please. I mean, you don't die. You don't know how I feel. I just want you clear your name, Willie, because I have a hope you don't have any time. I pray every day, Willie, every minute. I don't know what to do no more. I don't know what to do. I'm fucked up, Willie.
I want to too.
Willie, please. I just want you clear your name. You don't know how I feel. For a mom, you don't know how I feel, Willie. I feel I'm gonna die.
I want to clear it too. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
You want me to talk to her, Willie? Because what you're going to do is you're going to waste your mom's time. If she's coming down here to do anything here in Escambia County, I want to explain to her that you're going to be transferred over to our jail. You'll go before a judge, and I think right now you have a no bond on your charges. So, I mean, unless there's a reason for her to come down here, but she'll be wasting her time by coming. Because I don't even think your first day you'll be able to set up any kind of visitation.
That won't be until even Thursday is when you have a pre-detention hearing. So it won't even be until after Thursday.
What is pre-detention hearing?
It's to determine if you have a bond or not. So you'll be kept in the jail regardless until Thursday. That's why he's trying to see if she even needs to come down here, because she can't bail you out. We have no bond.
You may answer it, just call me back. And obviously you don't want to talk to nobody.
Hello? They said don't come down here because you can't see me.
Get the phone.
You can't see me.
Willie, get the phone. I'll talk to her.
You don't. That's not necessary.
Well, tell her the fucking truth.
You can't come see me.
You can't see him because he has a no bond, so he can't come out of jail anyways.
Let's see. Hello? Yes, ma'am. This is Investigator Martinez.
Okay.
All right.
It's fine.
Yes, I speak Spanish, but I wanted you to understand this. So, what's going on with Willie is he's going to be transferred to the jail. Okay.
Okay.
He's going to have a pre-detention hearing and on Thursday. Okay. So, what I was trying to explain to him, there's no need for you to come down here right now because nothing's going to happen to him until Thursday.
Until Thursday, but he will need a lawyer?
Eventually, he will need a lawyer, yes, ma'am. But if he can't pay for one, then a lawyer will be
Appointed to
nombrado para él. Okay.
Okay, but I think he need a lawyer.
On Thursday?
Do he gonna need a lawyer on Thursday?
No, ma'am.
No?
No.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How did the investigation go?
How did it go?
Yeah.
Well, I can talk to you about it, but Willie didn't want to talk to you, so he couldn't give us any details on his side of it. So we just had to go on what we have on our side, and that's pretty much what we have, and that what you know in the news, what you've been reading.
He didn't say nothing.
No, ma'am. All he wanted to make sure was that we knew that he didn't escape from the base. He didn't want to give us any explanation on what happened that day. Nothing.
Can you tell her I wish to speak with the lawyer first?
He clear his name.
He said he didn't want to talk to us about anything until he spoke to a lawyer. So, but I wanted to make sure you didn't waste your time by coming down here because I know, like I said, having to travel from Georgia here just to hear that there's nothing you can do until Thursday. So on Thursday, he's going to have court. We, as far as the state of Florida, is going to present the case, and the judge is going to determine whether he gets a bond, which is a financia. Okay? If the judge says...
At what time he gonna be the court? I'm sorry.
I think it probably starts about noon.
What do they mean? No. In the evening?
No, a las 12.
A las 12. Okay.
So, and then, like I said, if the judge says he does not get a bond, then he stays in court, stays in jail until, like I said, we go to court.
Please, can you tell him he need to clear his name, please? For I'm after you.
I mean, he can hear you.
Please.
He can hear you because we're still on speakerphone.
Please, Willie, if you hear me, please. Do it for your brothers. Do it for Mama, please, Willie.
So,
I still have 3 more kids to see.
okay. And that's some of the things that we were asking him, like if he had any brothers, sisters, and he just didn't want to talk to us at all. So,
Rosanna is crying for you, Willie, please. Please, Willie.
okay. So I have your phone number if you want to talk to me after the fact, but I would wait till Thursday to, like I said, if you want to come down to Pensacola.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
And I will send you the address that where he's going to be. So,
okay, thank you.
okay. But what he's being charged with, do you know what he's being charged with?
What I see him, nobody terminando, what I see him, since like he killed a lady.
Okay.
He with the child pornography, something like that.
Yes, ma'am. And then he had some more child pornography warrants, so that's like going to be more counts of it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And that, sir, is how you step up and you be a fucking man.
Now, that statement right there, I think kind of set in motion the rest of this interview. I think it kind of nudged him a little bit. It had an effect. He raised his head up and everything. But what she's about to say, I want you to watch the suspect. Watch what he does. Put in the comment section if you notice something that he does after she says what she says.
And that, sir, is how you step up and you be a fucking man.
Got a search warrant for your DNA, so they're gonna come swab you in a second, and we're gonna take your clothes.
Hopefully you saw it.
Yes, sir.
You can close the door.
Yep. Absolutely.
I didn't want to say this earlier because she'll excuse my reluctance to speak with you. 'Cause I don't, you guys just dug me off a bus. I don't know if I trust the police right now. But there's this app. It's called Telegram.
Okay.
I joined this group chat. This originally, it was before boot camp. It was sometime a little back when the Russo-Ukrainian war was like big in the news.
I'm not willing. I'm going to try to get some clean hands, okay? That way you're not standing there with like ink. All right? Just reestablish that she wants to talk.
So I redacted the part where they took his fingerprints and stuff. So that's why he has ink on his hands. I just thought I probably should mention that. People be like, well, why does he have ink on his hands all of a sudden?
So then again, because you're a request lawyer, would you like to talk to us? That way you can just explain whatever. Like I said, you don't have to answer our questions if you don't want to. Whatever you feel comfortable with. But because you're a request lawyer, legally, I know that it's a lot on somebody who doesn't know like the legal aspects and, you know, laws, statutes, things like that. So when somebody requests a lawyer and you bring us back here, we just have to establish that you want to talk to us.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Like I said, anytime, like what I read you know, on the thing that you signed,
Yes.
you can pull back at any time, whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever you want to clear, you can clear it, you know? So he's just going to get something to clean your hands. You said you just came out of training for boot camp? Okay.
I joined this group before boot camp.
Well, like you just got out of boot camp. I'm just talking about like military-wise. Or have you been out for a little bit?
Just a little bit, not that much.
What were you doing, or what did you want to do? Aviation?
Yeah, I was in Pensacola.
Do you know you're currently in Pensacola, so they brought you back to where you originally were. So that's what kind of, so I'll explain a little better. That's what the extradition is. So you're back to now where your base is. So you're in Pensacola. So they originally, when they took you off the bus over in the area that you were in, they held you there. Then they transported you back, and that's where our guys just picked you up today, and they brought you back to where you were. So you're back now in Pensacola, where you were at base.
Funny story. So I actually was really, really tired when I first watched this footage, and I fell asleep like maybe 2 or 3 minutes before this part right here. And the clanging of the handcuffs woke me up. I was like, what the heck? And it was him banging. I thought it was like my dogs or something doing something. I was like, what the heck are y'all doing?
But like I was saying, I joined this group. It's owned by this Russian person. I don't know the name, but using their Telegram is a Russian app.
Okay.
It gives like updates and information about what happened. And then I stopped using Telegram like a long time after that. It was like, because no one here uses it.
Mm-hmm.
People use WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram.
Yep.
But before I stopped, it had Telegram has this option. If you have good Wi-Fi or 5G, so like it doesn't matter where you are, if you have 5G, you press autosave all messages and photos to gallery, and you turn it on, and then when you open the chat, it'll autosave everything. I go back to using.
Wipes.
Do you want more wipes? Are you okay? Good. Okay. Just in case you want it.
I go back to using Telegram. Like I open my phone because I'm running out of storage, and I'm trying to see what's taking up all the storage, and it's Telegram. I open it up, and it's all that stuff on there, and I deleted it. I don't even know like what y'all even seen, because I deleted everything. I wasn't the one who sent it to me, who looked for it. I didn't even know they were sending that.
So what you're saying is that it just downloaded to your phone. You didn't mean to.
They stopped at some point. It stopped being a group chat for that, and they changed it. Or maybe somebody hacked it, the member, whatever it's called, but they stopped being a group chat for updates about the Russo-Ukrainian war. I don't know, maybe if one day they just decided to stop doing that and change it to something else. But the U.S. government doesn't regulate Telegram. And I'm saying that like it's a bad thing. It is a bad thing. They don't regulate it at all because it's based in Russia. And because I had autosave everything, as soon as you open the chat, if you have 5G, like very good Wi-Fi,
It automatically does all of them. Do you know why we originally had your phone?
for the disappearance of the lady.
Ooh. He said disappearance of a lady right when she lays out some car keys. I got a feeling those aren't his car keys.
This is what they took from you?
Yes, I picked those up
From where?
from that hotel place, but that's besides the point. I want to speak with a lawyer before I talk about the disappearance.
Okay.
But please have it in your report that I'm not a child.
You just request an attorney. I can't talk to you.
What are you going to write down?
It's from my investigation. So when you go to court and whenever your attorney decides to get whatever I have, they'll get it. So you won't know for a little bit, but I can't talk to you anymore. So they're about to take you back. Is there anything else, if you change your mind now, now's the time to do it? Because once we walk out that door, they're going to take you over there and we don't speak again.
I have a question about the law.
About what?
The law. Is it my fault if they just autosave everything? I'm being serious. Is it?
Okay, well, I can't talk to you about any case. First of all, that's my case, or not my case, so I can't talk to you about that. I don't do child, I do homicide. We are homicide investigators.
But you know the law more than I do.
Okay, well, you request an attorney. We can't speak further on any case.
Okay, is it someone else's fault?
We can't speak about anything anymore. Like I said, it's you saying that something autosaves. That's just something that's going to have to be argued in court. Because you can say it autosaves, but in reality, if you download it and then upload to a site, there's a big difference in that.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I can't speak on what the SVU unit has on the child on your phone. We are investigating a homicide. So I said, once we walk out that door, that's you don't get a chance, anymore after that.
But I will tell you, like I said, and this is something that she can confirm. Okay. There are some things that are coming down the pipe, so you understand how a train works, right? You have the engine, there's other carts behind, and then finally there's a caboose at the end. So right now where we're at in this storyline is the caboose. So we have subpoenaed and sent search warrants for your Apple ID tags. Okay.
Apple ID, what does that mean?
Your tag that's in your wallet.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Apple keeps track of everywhere that tag goes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we've sent Apple a search warrant to get all those locations of where you've been, so we can put you at the hotel at where the body was dumped, along with your Gmail account through Google. We're getting search warrants for those. We've already got your phone records, so we can put you in Mobile. We're trying to track down the other, or the escort that you made contact with on the 15th to see if she's okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of things coming. So just don't think that, hey, this is done and over with. There's a lot of stuff that's coming in that's going to stack up, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I should have talked to them when I had a chance. Because everything we find, we put out there so people know what the hell's going on. So that's what I'm saying. Your opportunity to sell us your side of what happened rather than us be the storytellers. See what I'm saying? Because the story that we've already put out is what you see, and I mean, shit, TMZ's picked it up.
Is that?
That's how big the story is. And that, all they had is the side that we put out and what we found on your phone. What is that? I can't see from there. Yeah. Again?
Who's this?
Well, that's irrelevant who that is. Zoom in the wrong spot.
So you were asking and wondering what happens to the body after 2 days of being dead? There's your answer.
But in case you don't understand where that location is, once we got your phone, this is the GPS coordinates on your phone that matches that location. So, I mean, I guess now you know what happens to the body after 2 days. So, last chance if you'd like to clear anything up. Because like he said, I mean, car you rented, the car in front of the hotel. Then if you want to say that you did not rent the car and have your Turo account before you deleted it.
Why not?
The Shell station, right before you went there. This is the hotel room. If you notice, the bedding's missing. Cord that was left on the bed after you left her, including conversations of you meeting up with her.
Oh, look, see, what had happened was, right?
Also, your web searches. Can a murderer be convicted without a body? How many murders go unsolved? Why so many sex workers go unsolved? You document a woman found in creek multiple times. What happens if you leave water in a hotel? Burner phone number that don't collaborate with police. Burner phone up from China. If you change your number, will the police know? We do know. Burner phone. Can police track Snapchat? We can. Is 109 pounds, 90 pounds heavy, which is the exact pounds that Tashay Bennett puts on her ads. Missing people. How to delete Turo account. How does Turo track cars? Well, this is exactly how Turo's track cars after a subpoena. Searches before you met with Bennett. You searched power cord, which was left in the hotel room. You searched do people scream when being
Searched on my
strangled.
PlayStation.
Documenting reality, which is not where you go to search for PlayStation cords.
No, I searched for my power cord for my PlayStation.
Which is found in the hotel room.
That's not that one.
Okay. You also scream, do people scream when being strangled?
Just because I search stuff up doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything, but it means a whole lot when it's 2 hours before you meet up with somebody.
Necessarily.
Well, yeah, especially...
I mean, if I search up, hey, where's the nearest Mexican restaurant?
No, I'd like to
And
speak
in
with my
2
lawyer
hours, I go eat
before
Mexican food.
discussing this.
What's that?
So I'd like to speak with a lawyer before discussing this.
That's a good idea.
Yep. Because here's the reality, we don't need you. We don't need you to talk. We don't need you to say anything. This isn't even 10% of what we have on you. So we were just being nice and giving you the chance to clear up some things if you wanted the chance. We didn't have to come. We could have told him to take you straight to the jail. But we stayed over, our time because we wanted to give you the opportunity to, like I said, if there's something that is incorrect, if there's something that you want to say, if there's something that you want to explain, we were going to give you that opportunity. Because like I said, this isn't even a portion of what we have from your phone, from your locations. We've tracked you from, the beginning to the end. Your GPS, your phone.
I mean, again, what we're going to get off your Apple Watch.
Your DNA that they just took.
My Apple Watch. Can I have that?
Nope.
You think
You don't get anything. Then we're going to take your clothes too. Because I have video of you in that after you turned in the Turo car. I pulled video from the airport and I have you in that outfit getting out of a taxi that I've spoken with the taxi driver. They gave me the confirmation of the card you use ending in your Navy Fed. And that is used when you purchase that. Like I said, we didn't need you to be here. We were being nice and giving you the opportunity. If you wanted to speak, if you wanted to, say anything about the situation. This isn't
like
even...
your mama said, clear your name. Because right now, we're the ones telling the story by what we have. And we said, hey, maybe he'll come in here, try to clear his name, try to say something was an accident, whatever it was. But no, the only thing you want to clear up is I didn't escape from the base. Okay.
It's fine. The news will just keep reporting about how you murdered, someone.
And dumped her body in the water.
We gave you the opportunity. That's something that, we can say and later on you can think about it. So we gave you the opportunity, like your mom said, to clear your name. We gave you the opportunity, if you would like to give any more information that I could add to that report, we tried. So later on down the road, you can't say that we didn't try. You know as well as we do that we have you. And we are giving you the chance to explain.
That's it. All your buddies on base. That's all they hear is what we put on the news. Because here's the thing, and I've said this because sometimes it's not very clear because you're not originally from here. You're not from Florida, right? You're from Georgia, right? Yes? Okay. So Florida is a very transparent state. That means everything is public record. So somebody can come to our sheriff's office or the courthouse and says, hey, I want all the information about this case, and all those photos and everything that we put in our case are made public. So all your Google searches, everything about. So we try to be discreet in what we put in the news because, like I said, we don't want them to know everything. But everything that we do goes into our report. So once the case is closed, all the details come out. All the details about your sleep fetish, all that stuff that you're into is public record. And guess what? On top of it, it's already bad for your mom to know, hey, my son's being charged with murder, possession of child, 2 counts of child. Now, holy shit, now all the details, the fine details come in. Dude, and according to your mom, you have siblings? Brothers, sisters?
You're so on the.
And then you're going to try to go, mom, but it's too late. It's the proof is in the pudding. We have black and white photos.
From everything, from your phone, from your bank. I pulled your bank records. I pulled your accounts.
Cash App, all that shit.
Everything. So do you want your mom to find out from a news article, or do you want her to know that you were a man and you came forward about what happened?
I'm speaking for a lawyer.
Okay.
So the next time you talk to your mom, or if I don't talk to her, you probably will. The going rate right now for an attorney to represent you during a homicide investigation, that's just homicide, because like I said, we don't do the special victim stuff, it's about $45,000. It's
Wow.
homicide.
Well,
That's just to retain them.
Not even including, like you said, not including the child side. That's just outside.
And you want to hear the double whammy? When you get down here, you still got the military to deal with.
what they do?
They can charge you. But don't you
The uniform of military justice.
think that you would want to be known? Because don't you, in the military, I mean, you're serving and, protecting. You're supposed to be an honest man. So don't you think they look at it as, wow, we let somebody in that wasn't very honest? Just as well as we took an oath. You took the same oath.
You know them. You know the core values, right? And on top of that, to be a Marine, come on. So, we'll let you get over to the jail. Like I said, I will let your mom know. I can't give her names of attorneys, but I will just let her know that that's the going rate right now. Because like I told her on the phone, if you can't afford one will be appointed for you. Any questions for us before we leave?
How will I be able to pay for one from inside here, not working on money?
I don't know. Your mom willing to put up her house? Does she own property in Georgia?
Property, cars, she'll have to put something up. Which means that if she doesn't pay, then she gets her house taken or car taken.
And you lose representation. And that's just like I said, finding a criminal law attorney that will say, hey, I'm going to take that case. And then like, okay, what evidence do you have? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably going to be a little bit more than 45. Because like I said, that's just the homicide. We haven't even done the child pornography stuff.
Even on the homicide, once they see, like I said, that's not even a fraction of what we have. So once they see all the stuff that we do have, like he said, it's going to go up way more than 45,000. Because then they have to be able to prove a lot more since we have so much.
All right, so that was the only question. How are you supposed to pay for it if you're in jail? And your military pay stopped the day you got arrested, so you ain't getting paid by the military anymore.
But I haven't been discharged. I'm still in
They just have to file paperwork on you being charged. I already talked to people over there. Anything else for us? Or, like I said, once we walk out that door, there's no chance to talk to us. And the guys that brought you here are going to bring you straight to the jail.
Do I get bond so I can work?
No.
You're not getting a bond, bro. That's what I'm saying. When you go Thursday, the judge is going to read you your charges, and pretty much you'll probably, like I said, maybe lucky. I don't know. I've seen them where they've done, a couple million, but.
A couple million?
Huh?
So which means you're probably going to be there until the trial. Which means that can take a year, maybe more.
2,
3.
And we haven't touched upon the fact that you took a body across state lines, which could turn into federal. Like I said, it's a big case, and anybody who wants it, it's national. Hell, you went from United Healthcare guy to boom, U.S. Marine. You're above that guy now.
Every news place has picked up this article.
Because we found out shit that we didn't even know, that she was on a reality TV show. So they picked all that up.
So you went in boot camp, she went in scripper boot camp. Y'all were both in boot camp.
I haven't even checked. Maybe there's memes about you yet.
So, anything else before we go? This is your last chance before they take you over and...
Oh, and the last thing I'm going to tell you, and then we're going to walk out. December the 19th or 18th was her son's birthday.
Oh, 19th?
Yeah, the 19th.
What's his 8th birthday?
8th birthday.
That couldn't celebrate with his mom. That's the one thing he asked for his birthday, was for his mom to be home with him. 8 years old.
So,
I don't know if you'll ever have kids, but yeah, it's something that you can imagine.
he's got brothers and sisters, and they probably sure knew what their 8th birthday was. And what did he get for his? Oh, by the way, son, your mom was dead. They found her. They found her in the creek.
Naked. Wish you the best of luck.
Good luck, Willie.
Now, let me emphasize that Willie Ellington is innocent until proven guilty. I say this because he has yet to stand trial for the crimes that he's being accused of. With that in mind, I think it's fair for me to make this statement. If Willie is found innocent of the crimes he's being accused of, this might be a good time to reevaluate the direction of his life. Being accused of not one, but several crimes, with one being premeditated first-degree murder. And then on top of that, there's over 30 counts of child porn. I don't think that this is what his mom had in mind when she allowed his father to shoot up the club. Know what I'm saying? If you made it until the end of this case, let me know you are one of the realest by leaving me your favorite color. And I'm out. Time to go get ready to make more content for my YouTube friends. But I'll see you kind folks right back here on They Caught Me. Till next time.